Space games have always been a personal favourite of mine. The idea that I can go and explore the galaxy without actually having to leave my computer chair is something that's always excited me. Although in recent years with the space game releases, it seems that developers are still unsure on what exactly the community wants from a space game. Between the botched release of No Man's Sky and the questionable emptiness of X4 Foundations, the question still remains, can anyone really produce the space game we've all been waiting for? Space Engineers is a voxel-based sandbox game which offers players an extremely in-depth look at the logistics behind actually running your own spaceship or space station. The game's been available for purchase on Steam since around 2013 from indie developers Keen Software House. The game was in early access on its debut in Steam, and given that Keen Software House only had about 50 employees, the development progress was definitely slow. In February of 2019, however, Space Engineers made its full release, and the full release contained a lot of optimizations and bug fixes, specifically with a focus on the survival aspects of the game. The maps in Space Engineers can be procedurally generated, allowing players to travel light years away from their starting planet, rather than starting on a planet with no backstory. Space Engineers also offers some scenario missions that help you learn the game's mechanics. For new players, these scenarios are quite breathtaking, as there's obviously been a huge amount of work being put in to make them as seamless as they are. The first scenario I played was called The First Jump, in which you arrive at a seemingly abandoned space station until it's attacked by an unknown enemy. The story basically concludes in you raiding a greedy corporation's planetary base with a group of rebels. Like I said, they didn't spare any detail. The developers for the game were kind enough to release the entire source code in about 2015, which allowed for a huge modding community to develop for this game. Mods can add a huge variety of things, from new thrusters to new combat mechanics. The systems in Space Engineers are highly configurable, meaning one block, for example a thruster, doesn't perform at just one base rate. You can open its control panel and configure just how much to override the thrust. Most blocks have a control panel in which you can go in and configure a lot of the options for the block. And combining this with Space Engineers' conveyor system, it allows for some ridiculously intricate automation. All the terrain in Space Engineers is destroyable. Even the asteroids floating in space can be mined for resources. In my opinion, Space Engineers is definitely one of the best space sandbox games currently available. Only time will tell if it keeps up its trajectory, or if new releases scheduled for 2019, such as Dual Universe, will knock it out of the park. Until then, please be sure to leave a comment, like and subscribe. Thank you.